Hi, dear friends and cultural creatives, Bruce Lipton here. And if you've been following this site, you understand that what we've been talking about over the last couple of years is an understanding that human civilization is on the threshold of a major evolutionary shift. It's not the shift of the individual human. There's not an evolutionary change of a human body. It's a shift in human communication and human community. That we're going from individuals and we're going to join together into a larger superorganism called humanity, where each one of us is a cell in the body of that superorganism. Now, the nature of this community is very important because the community is what evolution is all about. And in fact, the problems that we face on this planet right now is because we've lost the nature of community and we've broken ourselves apart. We're acting as individuals, competing with each other in a Darwinian struggle for survival. This is counterproductive and counter-evolutionary because the new evolution says it's cooperation that creates that. Well, we've been talking about ways of enhancing our evolution, and I am so honored today to have some dear friends with me. I have Makasha and Katharine Roske and their wonderful son Jeremy, and why they're here is because they are living examples of people who years ago saw that the way to a better future and a better life for themselves, their family, and the people they are living with was to separate from the world and create a community. They formed the Hummingbird community. And what they learned and how to live together and how to work together are the foundational rules and the groundwork needed for all of us to start our own retreat back into community again. And as all of us start to form these communities, the communities will unite one upon another, evolving into the giant community of humanity. So I am so honored to have these special guests here today because they can offer us years of insight, years of work that they have done to create this community, and most excitingly, what are the consequences? What are the results of having lived this way? Well, they and their family have created organizations and activities that are changing civilization.
It was really an interesting process because I started having I guess what you could call mystical experiences, you know, in the midst of being a producer in Las Vegas and really playing kind of a high visual externalization of this egoic. I didn't know all this. I mean, it's all in hindsight, but I started being called to lead that lifestyle. So 40 years ago, you know, I left that lifestyle, took my kids out of school because I was told they're shame institutions and turn off the television, they enculturate your kids. So, but I'd have to leave that world in order to create a new way of being. So that was my through, and we came together 40 years ago and started really working on a whole new way of being in relationship to building community.
I think we just found our way, trusting our inner guidance and of course stumbling along as all parents do. But the inspiration and the sort of the deep inner knowing of how important conception, conscious conception, and the in utero time when the baby's in womb, and gentle birthing, and the first years of life are for the creation of the conditioning of the whole being, how influenced they are. I know you talk a lot about that. And when Jeremy was in my womb, I was doing a class on attuning to the divine child within, and it was, you know, just that guided visualizations and yoga and meditation, and how important, how much we influence what's happening in that very early formative time.
I met Jeremy last year at Uplift in Australia, and I want to tell you, it's like when you see a light at nighttime and it turns out to be somebody like Jeremy, you get your attention drawn to him very quickly. And this young man is a bright light in the civilization and the community that we're evolving, and I'm so proud to be among you. But I'm also, as I said, yeah, but I know where that came from, so I'm going to go back over here and say thank you, Mom and Dad, because Jeremy's life is an expression of what can happen when a child grows up in a good situation, when a child is given an opportunity to become their fullest developmental expression of themselves, and not the programming that we have laid on our kids today, which unfortunately takes away creativity and drive and focus. And it's unfortunate, but you've grown up in this community.
Just to carry on the conversation we've been having in terms of of the upbringing, and I grew up in Hawaii, or we were in Hawaii for 11 years, and so here we are, young people in this island, in this community, connected to the environment, to our surroundings, and we're starting to wake up and see that things aren't really looking so good. Hawaii has a lot of environmental issues, so we just felt called to action. So Earth Guardian was a creation of that call to action. I was 13 when we started Earth Guardians.
Well, let me, because you keep saying we, so who was the we in this, when we?
So we is, of course, my parents, and then really was a bit of a family affair in a sense.
Okay.
My older siblings, Tamara has been a big, strong driver of that. My older sister, a lot of my nieces and nephews were involved, brothers and sisters, and then of course all the other kids. We have a very big family. All the other kids were involved as well, and kids in the community, because it was such a strong, as the word attractor stated, it was a very strong field. So everyone wanted to kind of hang out. It just felt good.
I'm so honored to be with you because you are leaders in this. This is not an accident or coincidence. This was an intention. It was a hard road. You did it. You learned. You came out the other end. Roses. Everything's beautiful.
And we're still learning.
And we're all learning always, but
Absolutely.
we don't have to start from scratch.
Yeah.
And so please look at the websites that follow this. I hope it piques your interest, and you look into this, because this is our future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.